Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today we continue the business series right here at BusyWorksBeats.com, where we go in depth on the music business. The music business has changed. It is not the same. We're digital now. We are a social media world. There's streaming. There are many new aspects to business that we have to understand in order to flourish and gain the influence that we need to be truly effective in today's world. So today I'm going to reveal the 3 aspects of your business. If you're a producer, you can apply this to your beat store. You can apply this to your services. If you're an artist, you can apply this to your audience. You can apply it to your live shows or your digital streaming. If you're an executive on a team, you can apply this to team management or even understanding the flow of commerce in your business. So let's get started with the first step, which is traffic. So traffic is, the reason we use the word traffic is because understanding the digital world can be confusing, especially if you don't code and understand signals and different things. So we use analogies from the real world, just like traffic. Everybody hates being stuck in traffic, okay? So when you're stuck in traffic, it's probably because there are a lot of cars on the road. That's the goal of your business, is to get a lot of cars on the road. Or to further that idea, get a lot of those cars in front of your store or your offer. Okay, so just imagine a highway, I-95, Route 5, Route 66, pick any major highway. If you put a billboard on that highway, you will have many hundreds of thousands of people see that billboard per day. Okay, and that's because of the volume of traffic that highway has every single day. Even in smaller towns, if you pay attention to your highways, you'll notice a lot of people are traveling down that highway. Those are a lot of folks moving around constantly. So the same thing goes for online. There are people moving around everywhere, from website to website, from this social media app to this app, from blogs to their forums, all the way down to Discords and everything else. They're moving around, they're jumping around. So as they jump around, those connections are considered highways, so to speak. Okay? Wherever their attention flows, that's where the people go. So the first step is traffic. In order to get things rolling with your business, you have to get enough people in front of your product. Okay? Now, in business, you'll understand the law of averages very quickly, because all the fluff that they teach you in school and all the fluff these fake gurus are teaching, you'll notice that it's fluff after you understand the law of averages. So let's, for a quick example, say you put your thing in front of 100,000 people. Okay? Now the next step here is to have a good product. Now this is where we teach you how to make a better product right here at BusyWorksBeats.com, along with all the music business stuff we're talking about now. But most of you have a decent product. Okay, the product is not necessarily the problem. It's that you're not creating a big enough product. That's the problem. Okay, so imagine going to McDonald's and only ordering a barbecue sauce packet and considering that a meal. Okay, it doesn't really sound correct. It sounds pretty hilarious if you think about it. Okay, but McDonald's sells the French fries, the Big Mac. They sell the sauce with it. They sell the drink with it all together. They make it a bigger thing than just the micro component. Okay, most of us producers, we get so focused on the micro components. Just like when we get stuck producing a record and we focus so heavily on finding the right snare at the right time when we can be doing a lot of other things. Same thing goes there. We focus on the minutia. Okay, so most of you have a decent product. Again, this is where most companies drop the ball, because they'll get a bunch of free users and get a bunch of traffic, but they won't ever make the product a good. Okay, so you guys are getting the product good, you're just lacking that first step, which is traffic. Now the third step here is relationship. Okay, now there are 2 main styles of relationship. There are business relationships and there are customer relationships. Now, when I say customer relationships, I mean getting to know your customer in and out. Having your customer understand who you are from the inside out, your intentions, what you have to offer, all your benefits. So the same goes in reverse. But when we're speaking about business relationships, we're talking about trade. And most business relationships are based in trade because it's a business, okay? There's no real personality, there's no real life behind it, meaning, I wouldn't do a business a favor just because, I'm friends with this business if it put me in a damaging position. Whereas if I had a relationship with my mother or my father, my mother, let's say my mother in this example, I would take more risks because that's my mother, okay, to help her out if she needed something tremendously huge or whatever it may be. But you wouldn't do that in business because it would put you out of business trying to help another business. There has to be a general trade of value, okay? Whereas a personal relationship is more so based in altruism, which is just giving without expectation, okay? Whereas in business, you don't really give without expectation. You do on certain levels, but it's mainly based on reciprocity. I don't know if I spelled that wrong. Right. Reciprocity, okay. But it's of value, okay? And this says altruism, okay? So these are the three main components of your business. Again, the difference between the business relationship and the customer relationship is that a business relationship is based in trading of value. Most of the time, you're going to be trading value in business. You're not doing things just for no reason, okay? Now, when you're talking to your customer, that's when you do things for no reason, to get to know the person, to have them get to understand you a little bit more. It's a personal thing, okay? So these are the levels of business. Now let's go back to the number real quick, which is that 100,000 mark. So let's say you start with 100,000 views. Okay, now that takes, let's say even, let's knock down what? Let's say 1% actually click on whatever link you have in your description of your video. So knock out 2 zeros. Now we have 1,000 people left who actually just view your page. Let's just call it a page. Now continuing this flow, let's say you have 1% of the 1%, knock out 2 more zeros. That leaves you with 10 actual customers. So in order to get 10 customers in this example, you'd have to get in front of 100,000 people. And once you understand the numbers behind your business, you'll understand how to scale your business, how to push it harder, how to turn $1 into $10. Okay, that's the magic of understanding these 3 steps. And once you have these 3 steps, you can do bigger things. Take it to venture capitalists, take it to banks, take it to raise capital. Okay, because now you have a system that's measured. Okay, and when you take your numbers to the top accounting firms in the world and they understand these numbers the same way we understand it just in these 3 steps, then you'll have an even greater chance of getting that capital you need, a greater chance of getting that business loan you need for your idea. Okay, so it just shows you the beginning level, but it's super simple and super easy to understand. It just had to be broken down to you. All right, so if you want to learn more about music business, go to busyworksbeats.com. We're going to be adding more business courses to our premium training right at busyworksbeats.com.